Hello again, this is me, Joseph, a licensed teacher by profession and a student nurse as well. So guys, in my anthology part 2. Sorry for the stutter. So yeah, given the very title, it's the chemical basis. I really studied chemistry a bit because chemistry is one of my favorite subjects back then. Kasi alam mo, ganito siya. Dati, pinamemorize kami ng periodic table ng isa sa mga instructors namin. Tapos alam mo yung 118 elements na yun, pinamemorize sa amin isa-isa. Tapos kung ilan yung ma-memorize namin, yun, dagdag points, ganun. And such story, naging reporter ako just for this alone. Binigyan ako ni Sir ng spotlight. Hi Sir Tinio, if you're still here po sa TikTok. Si Sir Tinio, he was my chemistry teacher back then, and I was so damn grateful na nabigyan ako ng opportunity to mag-discuss ng periodic table kasi alam niyo ito guys, I'm very curious with everything. So ayun, curious talaga ako what periodic table is all about. So ganun, okay. Sige sir, thank you sir, I'll take this challenge. So yeah, puno ko ng Manila paper guys. Para nag-gallery walk ako dati. Parang gallery walk ako sa dami ng Manila papers, and at the same time nagawa pa ako ng periodic table ko myself. Like using cartolinas, Manila papers. Kasi yun, noon pa dati. Uso pa yung mga Manila papers. Ngayon, PowerPoints na. I-flash na on the screen and stuff. So yun, okay. I was so damn grateful talaga having that opportunity. Kasi if I don't know much about chemistry, ewan ko kung saan ako ngayon. Yeah. Favorite ko talaga ang chemistry back then. So therefore, ayun. It's an honor to restudy it again. And even though meron mang science rin dati in my first degree na nag-EB English ako. Pero I forgot if it has chemistry or not. I think it's for the science majors, I guess. Pero nung board exam, ayun, mga atoms, molecules, basic science stuff. Yeah. And at the same time, ayun, ngayon sa nursing, may biochem kami, which is one of my most hated subject. Pero I managed to get a decent grade. Oo. Hindi talaga ako pala study ng biochem kasi nga ang daming mga cheche boreche. Pero it's fun. It's fun to study biochem. Oo. All the carbohydrates, all the proteins, all the amino acids, which will be discussed in here, ha? And at the same time, ito, yung Krebs cycle, yung glycolysis, and of the ATP metabolism. Yeah, Ang hina ako talaga when it comes to memorization, guys. Pero, mind you, carry lang. Carry lang. So yeah, going back to the topic. So yeah, that roots for my love of chemistry back then. So yeah, it's my chemical basis, the anthology part 2. So I've made this. Pshing! Yeah, anthology part 2. So yeah, let me prepare my laser pointer. Okay, good thing. So yeah, for the basic chemistry, guys, we already know, guys, matter is we're all living in non-living things are made up of, and we already know the very definition of your matter. It has space and has mass. Yeah. For example, a drop of water, a wooden table, and the air we breathe. Mapasolid, liquid, or gas man yan siya, guys. It's all matter. Okay? When it comes to mass, that's the measurement of the amount of matter an object contains, which remains constant regardless of location or your gravity. For example, a bowling ball has the same mass, whether it's measured from Earth or in outer space. When it comes to the weight, that's the gravitational force acting on an object of a given mass. For example, ganito siya. Kung si isang astronaut, 50 something kilos siya here sa Earth, doon sa ibang planets, medyo lighter siya due to the gravity. Oo. Yeah, you know the moon, 'di ba? Nakikita niyo sa mga movies and all of the simulations and stuff, 'di ba? Nagfa-float or para siyang nagba-bounce. Correct me if my description's wrong. Yeah. Ayun talaga siya. That's how your weight looks like. Or yeah, the kilogram, that's the Systeme Internationale unit, the SI unit, Systeme Internationale, or the International Systems Unit for mass. That's the constant one. Yeah, it's kilogram, and it's equivalent to 1,000 grams. Therefore, a gram is 1/1000 of a gram. Yeah. So yeah, here, for the element, that's the simplest type of your matter, and it has unique chemical properties. Sige daw. Element. Ganito siya, guys. Ang element, guys, it's a pure substance that consists entirely of atoms that have the same number of protons. Hindi siya ma-broken down into simpler substances by chemical stuff. Kasi, yun na siya. Okay? For example, nakita niyo ba yung periodic table natin? Ganito siya. Mamaya na tayo sa atoms. Shing, shing, shing. O, gumawa rin ako ng sarili kong periodic table. Oo. Layout ng periodic table. It's not I who did this, but Dmitry Mendeleev. Okay. So, yeah. Ang periodic table of elements, it is what? Oh! So, yeah. Ang periodic table of elements that has 118 elements ranging from hydrogen to oganesson. That's the 118th element. Dati, itong mga elements na ito. Mga ni-laser pointeran ko. Those are still unidentified. Kasi nga, ewan ko, malay ko. Bitaw, seryoso. Yeah. Itong mga dito banda, this one. Yes. That's the elements who are not yet discovered. And at the same time, ito. Yeah. Like most of these din, guys, those are synthetic. Nagagawa lang siya sa mga laboratories and stuff. So, ayun. So, to give you a glimpse of what this table means, the periodic table, guys, it is a systematic, organized map of every known chemical in the universe. And it arranges, guys, all 118 chemical elements from the lightest, as what I've told you earlier, from the heaviest. Okay? Hydrogen, it's not man-made. Alam natin yan. Helium, definitely it's not. But here, this is man-made. Bakit? Silang gumawa niya sa laboratories by means of, it may be nuclear fission, fusions, or what. Basta yun. Ang daming mga series of procedures just to get that element. It may be from a byproduct of some reactions or what. Fusions or what. And yan siya. So yeah. And ganito ang layout niya, guys, because an element's position on the table instantly reveals its atomic structure and exactly how it will behave in a chemical reaction. Paano siya na-organize, guys? 18 vertical columns yan, guys. Yan. Oo. 18 yan siya, guys. Pero, ayan. That's how I simulate it. From the very hydrogen, isang line yan. Beryllium, isa. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and your helium. Isang linya yan siya, guys. Okay? Ang tawag niyan dyan, guys, is, ayun, yung group kung tinatawag. 'Di ba? Itong this is your chalcogens. Your this one, correct me if I'm wrong, it's alkali metals because it's highly reactive. Yeah. And this one, yung asan yung mga noble gases natin? Ito yata 'yun. Oo. This is what I remembered. Yeah. Neon is a gas, argon is a gas, krypton is a gas, xenon is a gas, radon is a gas. Oganesson is most likely, even though it's technically man-made, laboratory-made, it may be, or it may behave like that. Yeah, a gas. Yeah. So, ayun, 18 vertical columns tayo. They share the exact same number of valence electrons, which are the electrons in the outermost shell that interact with other atoms. Ito. These are halogens. Yung fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, and tennessine. Those are highly reactive, toxic nonmetals. Ang 18 noble gases, non-reactive, like your helium and neon. Pag ganito siya, guys, rows yan. Okay. Rows yan, guys. Okay. May 7 rows tayo, horizontally. So, as we move across a row, each element has one more proton than the one before it. For example, dito tayo. Yttrium. Diba, wait lang. I can remember. It's element number 39, I guess? 39. 40, 41, 42, 43. Yeah, 43 is technetium. So yeah, it's element number 39. 39. Ang tabi niya is zirconium. 39, 40. 39 si yttrium, 40 si zirconium. So, another proton that's being added sa kanyang atomic structure. Yun siya. Kasi nga, ang pag-layout nitong periodic table, sorry for that, is, pag ganito siya, guys, one atomic, yung number, higher, yeah. So, yeah. So, elements in the same row, guys, they share the number of electron shells. Pag sa period 3 tayo dito, guys, pag sa period 3, ito, may 3 electron shells. So, pag dito, 4, 5, 6, 7, ganyan. Oo. So, and, yes, here it is. Nasabi ko naman yung definition kanina, di ba? 118 elements. But since the scientists are really exerting the efforts to invent another element or maybe look for another one in the wild, medyo syempre, in time, itong 118, dadagdag naman siguro ng another row. Correct me if I'm wrong, scientists, if some of you are watching. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Dadagdag yan. Oo. So, yeah. And, in addition, your periodic table is being divided into metals, yung non-metals, semi-metals. Okay? And, ang history konti ng ating, adjust muna natin to. How should we adjust? Okay. That would be very much it. Okay. Yarns. Okay. Noted. So, yeah. Ang history ng periodic table po, guys. First one would be Antoine Lavoisier. Sinosyal ko lang ang pronunciation. Yeah. He wrote the first modern elements and he categorized 33 elements into 4 groups. Wow. 4 groups, ha? Gases, metals, non-metals, and earths. And si Johann Wolfgang Dobereiner, he noticed that certain elements with similar properties could be grouped into threes or triads. For example, your lithium, sodium, and your potassium. And he observed that the atomic weight of the middle element was roughly the average of the other two. Yeah, that was in 1829. Guys, hindi pa ako buhay nito, guys. And Ito, si Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev. He was known for formulating the periodic law and wrote the properties of each element on separate cards, arranging them by atomic weight. And he realized, guys, some elements simply hadn't been discovered yet. He left gaps instead of forcing elements into places they didn't fit. And he accurately predicted the physical and chemical properties of the undiscovered elements. And in 1913, guys, si Henry Moseley, he used X-rays to measure the wavelengths of elements, and he rearranged atomic number increase instead of your atomic weights. And si Glenn Seaborg, in the 1940s, he co-discovered 10 new elements. Yeah. And etong SG dito, hindi ito security guard ha. How you kasi may mga ibang yung parang nanggo-good time. Oy, ito may BH, ay boarding house to, guys. Oh, DB decibel. RF ruin the friendship. Ay. Sure. I'm just joking, guys. Ito RG, alam niyo 'yan. SM, yung mall. Tawang-tawa ko sa sarili kong joke. Tawa kayo, guys. So yeah, ang SG, that's seabordium. That is named after him. And by the way, it's synthetically made, guys. It's made in a laboratory. Yeah. He co-discovered 10 new elements and created the lanthanide and the actinide series. Ano yan mga lanthanide and actinide series, guys? Ang lanthanide series, these are, ito yan siya. Yan yun. Those are the rare earth elements. Like your lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, neodymium, promethium, samarium, europium, gadolinium, terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, correct me if I'm wrong, ytterbium. So those are the elements. Kaya nga rare earth kasi nga hirap siyang makita dito. A percentage lang, a minute percentage is present here on earth. Ang liit lang ng percentage. Not like your carbon, not like your nitrogen, your oxygen, your gold maybe. So yun. Grabe ang periodic table, no? Medyo siya, no? Medyo tricky siya i-memorize, pero we managed dati. Sa time namin, Sa time namin na i-memorize namin to from hydrogen up until hindi pa ito discovered itong mga elements ito, itong mga gipang pang crash out ko. Mostly hindi pa yan discovered, guys. Mga bago lang yan. Especially your organeson. Bago lang yan. Years ago lang yan. So, he co-discovered 10 new elements and created the lanthanide and actinide series. Actinide, kasi nga, ang pinaka-first element sa row is your actinium. And for this one, the lanthanide, it's your lanthanum. Okay? Some trivia, guys. Some of the elements dito, guys, have Latin or Greek or German names. Before sila naging gold, before sila naging tungsten, before sila naging silver, and what. So yeah, isa-isayin na lang natin yan just to give you a glimpse. Ang tungsten, guys, asa nakikita tong tungsten, guys? Sa mga light bulbs natin. Bakit nga, guys? Mamaya. So yung tungsten, that came from a Greek word, or shall we say, not a Greek word, but a German word. Somewhat German. Wolfram. Because Carl Wilhelm called it tungsten in 1781. That means heavy stone. Kasi that's what they call it back then. And at the same time, tungsten has the highest melting point in all of the metals. And your sodium, bakit Na? Hindi pwede SO or SD. Na means natrium. Kaya nga, di ba guys, sa ating nursing, hyponatremia, hypernatremia, because it is being influenced, kumbaga, by this. So your natrium, that comes from natron. That's a natural soda salt used in ancient Egypt. Ooh, interesting. So yeah, your potassium. Bakit K? Bakit hindi PO? Or kahit P? Kung P man ito, phosphorus to guys. So your K, that means your kalium. From this word Kali, correct me, Muslim brothers po, if my pronunciation's wrong. It's Arabic for alkali, then Latinized. Okay? Your iron, Fe, or your ferrum, di ba? Ferrosulfate. That's being, derived, kumbaga. Copper, your Cu. Bakit hindi CO, sir? Ang CO is for cobalt. Ang CP, cellphone. Ay. Sorry for that. yeah. Your Cu, it's your cuprum. Bakit guys? That's from the island of Cyprus where mines are there. Marami siguro yung copper dyan, no? I don't know. Hindi pa ako nakapunta ng Cyprus, guys. Oh. Ang silver, Ag guys, Ag, meaning argentum. That's a Latin word for shiny. It may be white because we already know silver guys, it's a shiny element. It's a whitish element. Silvery white element, kumbaga. Grayish white, to give you a glimpse. Your tin, or SN, hindi to student nurse ha? It's stannum, that's the old name. It is used to describe alloys. And your antimony, ang layo ng guys, pwede naman tayo mag-AN or AM. AM is americium, comes from the word America. SB, hindi to Starbucks. Oh, hindi to Starbucks guys. It's from the word stibbium. That's an ancient mineral paste used as cosmetic eyeliners. Wow, ay social guys. We already know gold, AU. Hindi to Nora Honor ha. It's aurum. That's Latin for shining dawn. And yeah, your mercury. Bakit hindi pwedeng ME or MR or MC? Master of ceremony. HG guys, HG. That means it comes from the Latin word hydrargyrum, which is Latinized from two Greek words, hydor and argyros, meaning liquid silver. AK. And for your lead, PB, plumbum, because as Rome used lead for its water pipes. And here, another trivia. Marie Curie coined the term radioactivity and discovered polonium and radium in 1898. Oh wow, ang tagal na. And yeah, technetium, element number 43 guys, that's the lightest synthetic but radioactive element. And gallium's melting point guys, it's 29.76 degrees Celsius or 85.57 degrees Fahrenheit. Kaya pag maghawak ka ng gallium, magme-melt siya agad sa kamay mo because our body temperature guys, we already know, it's 30... Huwag yung pahiyain dito. Basta nasa 37, oh. That is our body temperature. Yeah. Sir, astatine, that's the rarest naturally occurring element, and osmium, the densest naturally occurring element. Bakit densest? That's the heaviest too. Isang 1 by 1 lang yata na na cube ng osmium, it would weigh much like twice or 10 times the other metals, ganun. And there is no element that starts or has the letter J on it. Ang swerte natin guys. I'm Joseph by the way. Swerte tayong mga J. Rare lang tayo kaya mahalin nyo kaming mga J. Char lang. Yeah. Your tungsten's highest melting point, kaya nga nakikita nyo ito guys sa mga bulbs, light bulbs. Yung filament doon may tungsten yan. Oh. Grabe guys, 3,422 degrees. Mapasol ang ganito tayo ng 100 degrees Celsius, that's a boiling point. Aray na tayo. Or yeah, 6,192 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. Cesium, it's the most sensitive metal because kunti pa lang na like ilabas mo siya from the ampules or what sa storage boxes nila. Kunting moisture lang sa air, it would highly react. Same as with your potassium and sodium. Pag ilagay mo siya sa water, it would create sparks. Oh. It could it may be creating heat, Yeah. And your liquid helium, that's the coolest liquid. Oh, yes. As low as negative 268.9 degrees or around negative 452 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the Earth's atmosphere, guys, your nitrogen is 78.08%, your oxygen is 20.94, and your argon is 0.93. And for in the space, guys, nitrogen is around 73 to 74, helium it's around 24 to 25, oxygen is less than 1, or it may be more than 1, or around 1. And for your carbon, it's around 0.5%. So, hindi na tayo guys. Hindi na tayo magpa-periodic table, guys. Hindi naman natin i-recite to ngayon, guys, because it's not chemistry. Pero, it's good to know. But, nakikita nyo itong mga feng natin dito. Itong mga feng natin, mga hinighlight ko dito. Those are the elements, guys. Those are the elements that are in our body. Okay? So, yeah. Those are like some of the importance of the common elements in human body. For your hydrogen, guys, it's around 9.5%. It's a key component of water. We already know H2O. In the informal term, dihydrogen oxide. Okay? And organic molecules. And your hydrogen ions create the electromagnetic gradients in your mitochondria that power your ATP production, and the concentration of your free hydrogen ions determines blood and tissue pH, or the potential of hydrogen. That's one. For your oxygen is around 65%. It's the most abundant element by mass, by the way. And that's for driving cellular respiration, and it acts as the final electron acceptor in the mitochondria. And it allows cells to convert nutrients into your energy currency, guys, adenosine triphosphate. Okay. For your carbon, it's around 18.5. Diba, pag nakikita natin, guys, yung mga things here on Earth that are made of carbon, pag sunugin mo sila, may black residue. Because it has carbon. Diba? If you see someone burning stuff sa labas ng bahay nyo, tingnan nyo yung mga aftermath nun. May black na mga residues. So that's carbon. Okay? Because your carbon is the foundation of your macromolecules like your carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, nucleic acids, and it keeps the body's balance through the bicarbonate buffer system. Mamaya, madiscuss ko ito. And when the cells break down for energy, waste product is carbon dioxide, and your carbon dioxide enters the bloodstream and it reacts with hydrogen oxide or dihydrogen oxide, or what you call tubig for your carbonic acid. And your carbonic acid breaks down into bicarbonate ions plus your hydrogen. Okay? So your nitrogen, guys. Nitrogen. Hindi mo ito yung ng bata, no? Ay, nitrogen pala yun, sorry. Yeah. Your nitrogen, it's the essential component of the amine groups and your amino acids. You already know amino acids are building blocks of proteins. And you already know the nitrogenous bases in your DNA and your RNA. Yeah. So, for your sodium, that's the primary extracellular cation. And it's the chief regulator of your extracellular fluid volume and the blood pressure, by the way. So, sodium gradients are essential for turning on action potentials in neurons and for your co-transportation of your nutrients, like your glucose, into cells. You already know, it's a sodium-potassium pump. Potassium in, sodium out. For every 2 ions of potassium, 3 sodium ions will be out. Correct me if it's wrong, or it's merely made of remembering, guys. Basta yung piso, guys, na mnemonics. Potassium in, sodium out. Okay? So your potassium, that's the primary intracellular cation, and it maintains cellular volume and it counterbalances sodium. Precise ratio of intracellular potassium to extracellular sodium sets the resting membrane potential of cells, which is critical for maintaining a normal cardiac rhythm. Okay. So for your chlorine, yeah, it's around 0.2%. It's the primary extra cellular anion, and it travels alongside your sodium to maintain electrical neutrality and your osmotic balance in the stomach. And it combines with your hydrogen ions, guys, to become your gastric acid. Oo. Which is hydrochloric acid, guys, or HCl. Essential for digesting protein and killing ingested pathogens, because some of your pathogens are being killed by your hydrochloric acid. I forgot what are those. So yeah, for your calcium, that's 1.5 degrees. Not degrees, percentage, by the way. So yeah, it provides structural hardness, sorry for that, to bones and teeth. And the 1% travels in blood as a messenger and triggers muscle contraction. Yeah. And alam nyo na ito, guys, that promotes release of neurotransmitters at synapses, and it acts as a cofactor in the blood coagulation cascade. And by the way, guys, I will upload the hemostasis video in a bit. Give me some time to polish all those things. Yeah. Kasi nga, guys, yung calcium ions mo sa coagulation cascade, that's your clotting factor 4. Or yung tinatawag natin na calcium ions. Or kung gusto niyo another term pa talaga, ionized calcium. Oo, ionized calcium. Okay? So your phosphorus. Phosphorus, guys, di ba marami yan siya mga matchboxes? Okay. I'm just making you laugh. Your phosphorus that combines with your calcium to make your hydroxyapatite. Yeah, that's a mineral matrix of your bone in its fluid form. It is a structural component of the phospholipid bilayer, and that forms in the sugar phosphate backbone of your DNA and your RNA, and it stores cellular energy as the phosphate groups in your ATP. Magnesium that stabilizes ATP molecules, that's a cofactor for at least 300 enzymatic reactions, including your glycolysis, your DNA synthesis, and your protein manufacturing. Okay, and it also helps regulate muscle. This is muscle. Okay, yeah, this is muscle, by the way. Wait lang. Okay, muscle. Okay, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. And it also helps regulate muscle relaxation and nerve function as a natural calcium blocker. Calcium ion blocker. And yeah, for your sulfur, that's a key constituent of your amino acids cysteine and methionine. And for your iron, guys, iron, that sits at the center of the heme group and hemoglobin and your myoglobin, where it reversibly binds and it transports oxygen from your lungs to your tissues. That's a core component rin, guys, of your cytochromes in the electron transport chain. And for your iodine, guys, that's an essential component of your thyroxine and your triiodothyronine and your T3 or your T4, guys. Oo. Yes po. Opo. Oo. Yeah, baliktad pala, guys. Oo. Pasensya. Yeah, T4 is your thyroxine and your tawag nito, triiodothyronine, it's your T3. Okay? So both are synthesized by the thyroid gland, guys, to globally regulate cellular metabolism, your basal metabolic rate, and your systemic growth and your development. So for your fluorine, that replaces your hydroxyl groups in your tooth enamel to form what? Fluoroapatite. Okay. Hardens the enamel matrix and yeah, makes teeth resistant to demineralization in your dental cavities. So fluoroapatite, ito yan siya, guys. Okay. Pasensya na, guys. Yan. Okay. So yeah, those are the elements, guys, that are needed or that are in the body, the human body. Okay. Yes. So, balik tayo. For a while. So, yeah. Ngayon na alam natin yung mga basic elements in your human body. Your atom, that's a smallest particle of an element that has the chemical characteristics. And how would you, usually, ang element nomenclature, guys, nakita naman natin sa periodic table, the first letter or letters of the element's name, it may be from Greek, Latin, Arabic name, or Arabic name. Yeah. Like your K for potassium, that's from the Arab, Kali, as what I've told you earlier. Your lithium. Yung first two letters, that's the chemical symbol. So yeah, there are 3 subatomic particles. Your proton, that has a positive charge, that's in the nucleus. Neutron, no charge, neutral lang tayo. It is still in the nucleus. And your electron, that's where yung di ba, yung nucleus. Yung electrons mo, yung paikot-ikot. Oo. That has a negative charge and it orbits around the nucleus and your electrons are in the electron cloud. That's a region. Yeah, that's a region surrounding the atomic nucleus. And yeah, for your atomic number, that's the number of protons in each atom. Pag ganito siya, guys. Pag for example, hydrogen, that's element number 1. So 1 proton lang 'yan. Pero kung may electrons tayo, same siya with the number of protons. So kung 1 ang one ang proton niya, 1 rin ang electron. Mag vary na lang yan siya with your neutrons. Because your mass number, that's the number of protons and your number of neutrons. Oo. Okay, yung parang yung carbon 12 natin. For example, carbon 12. Ganyan siya. That's an isotope, by the way. Oo. Bakit carbon 12, guys? Anong element si carbon gani? Anong number ni carbon? Balikan natin, di ba? 1, 2, lithium is 3, beryllium is 4, boron is 5, carbon is 6. Parang nakaganon siya, 6. Basta yun. Basta correct me. Yeah. 12 carbon, or carbon 12. Yeah. So, yeah. Carbon 12, 6 protons na nasa nucleus, and at the same time, kasama ng 6 protons, may 6 neutron siya. So, ayan. Ito siya. It's a quick diagram that I made. Oo. Yung electrons mo, yun yung ikot-ikot. Then, ito siya. Ikot-ikot na naman dito. Ito siya. Ikot-ikot na naman dito. And under that, it's the electron cloud. Okay. So, your isotopes, guys, those are at least 2 forms of the same element that have the same number of protons and electrons but different number of neutrons. Or yeah, it's denoted using the symbol of the element preceded by the mass number. Yung sinabi ko kanina, guys, carbon 12. Carbon, 6 atoms or 6 protons, kumbaga. 6 rin ang neutrons. Carbon 14, guys. Carbon 14. 6 pa rin ang protons. 14 minus 6, guys. It's 8. 8 ang neutrons. Cesium-238. Oo. Or uranium something. Uranium-192. If there's that isotope. Yeah. Uranium-192. Iridium. Yeah. That's iridium. Yeah. It's iridium-192 because your iridium is 77, I guess. Let me go back. Yeah, 77. So yeah, iridium is number 77 in the periodic table. Pero since 192 man ang mass number niya, ilan ang number of neutrons? So 192 minus 77, yun ang number of neutrons mo. Okay? That will be very much it. Oo. Your Dalton. Your Dalton. It's the unified atomic mass unit. That's 1/12. The mass of your carbon 12. Okay? Your atomic mass, by the way, that's the average mass of an element naturally occurring isotopes that's measured in daltons or your atomic mass units. Okay? For example, ganito siya, yung carbon, yung carbon natin, yung atomic mass ng carbon, it's 12.011 on the periodic table because it accounts for tiny amounts of your heavier isotopes like your carbon-13, carbon-14, carbon-15, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So yeah, your Avogadros, namali na naman akong spelling. Okay. Pasensya na guys. Avogadros number. Yeah, it's Avogadros number, ha? Avogadros. Typo. Ayan. So yeah, it's my handwriting guys, ha, by the way. So yeah, your Avogadros number, correct me if mali ako na nasabi, that is the constant 6.022 times 10 raised to the power of 23. That represents the exact number of atoms or molecules contained in 1 mole of a substance. Okay? So your chemical bonds, those are attractive forces that hold atoms together to form molecules or compounds. For example, yung strong attraction natin holding your hydrogen and oxygen atoms together in a water molecule, it's a chemical bond. Kasi nga, di ba, hydrogen, tapos nandito yung oxygen niya. Yun yan. It creates a chemical bond. Yeah. So, for your electron shells, those are regions, specific regions, guys, that surrounds the atom's nucleus, where electrons are most likely to be found. Diba, ano natin dito kanina, yung carbon atom, yung balikan natin yung periodic table natin dito. Okay, yung carbon, diba, first row, second row, nandito si carbon. So, one shell, first shell, second shell. So, dalawang shells ang nasa atom ni carbon. Yeah. Tapos, yung nandito sa, di ba, carbon, yung nucleus, yung first is always dalawa. Pangalawa, depende sa element kung ilan ang protons, ilan, yun rin ang number of electrons. Okay? And at the same time, yeah. And yeah, shells are numbered sequentially based on their distance from the nucleus, or it may be labeled alphabetically. Your valence shells or your valence shells or valence. Your valence shells. That is the outermost electron shell of an atom. So yun siya. And your octet rule, that's the tendency of atoms to prefer having 8 electrons. 8 nga ni. Yeah. 8 electrons in their valence shell to achieve maximum stability that mirrors noble gases. Ganito siya, guys. Your, for example, your neon, that's element 10 yata. Yeah, neon. Di ba singer ito? Yeah. Yung neon, guys, it's completely unreactive because it already naturally satisfies the octet rule with 8 outer electrons. Di ba? For example, neon molecule, di ba 10 ang protons niya? Ang first shell, dalawang loob. Tapos sa second shell, 8. Okay na si 8. Ox na. For your electronegativity, that's a chemical property that describes an atom's relative ability to attract and pull shared electrons toward itself in a bond. And for your ionic bonds, that's a chemical connection formed between the electrostatic attraction between two oppositely charged ions. So yeah, table salt, we already know. Sodium, pag as a metal, it's highly poisonous, highly reactive. Ang chlorine, we already know that's a poisonous gas, by the way, and it's also it may be reactive or it may behave differently from sodium. Pag sinama mo yan siya electrically, electrostatic attraction, a lot of things going on, a lot of things. Etong si, alam niya natin guys, alam to natin, si sodium that has a positive charge and si chlorine has a negative charge. So positive is negative, yeah. And your table salt is formed when sodium gives an atom to chlorine. Okay? And your ion, it's an atom or molecule with a net electrical charge. I will discuss it na lang. Okay? So yeah, your cation, that's a positively charged ions like your potassium ions, your sodium ions, your calcium ions, oo, and all other ions that are in the body. Oo. So for your ions, that's a negatively charged. Your yeah, this one. Oh, your bicarbonate ions. Oo, yun siya. For your single covalent bonds, that's sharing of one pair of electrons. For example, that like the bond connecting hydrogen to chlorine and hydrochloric acid. Yun siya, single covalent. Pag double covalent bonds, it involves the sharing, guys, of two pairs of electrons between two atoms that provides extra structural strength. Yung oxygen gas molecule, guys, oo, nakaganyan yun siya. Oo, double covalent, linking the two oxygen atoms. For your polar covalent bonds, that's when two atoms are shared unequally. Oo, kasi nga different ang electronegativities. Your water, we already know, your dihydrogen oxide, guys. Oo. That contains your polar covalent bonds because oxygen pulls the shared electrons closer to itself than hydrogen does. And for your nonpolar covalent bonds, for example, your methane, guys, CH4, guys. CH4. That's the chemical formula of your methane gas that features nonpolar covalent bonds because carbon and hydrogen share the electrons evenly. So, your molecule that consists of at least two atoms, two or more, held firmly together by your covalent chemical bonds. Your carbon dioxide. Your molecular bonds. Another term for covalent bonds, by the way. So yeah, your intermolecular forces, guys, that's your weak electrostatic attractions that exist between oppositely charged molecules. Or parts of ions, or between ions or molecules, by the way. Ganito siya. Yung for example of it, or to give you an example, intermolecular forces pull separate water molecules together to dictate why water is liquid at room temperature. Okay, guys? And your hydrogen bonds, that's formed when positively charged hydrogen of one molecule is attracted to the negatively charged oxygen, nitrogen, or fluorine from another molecule. Yeah. For example, guys, hydrogen bonds hold the DNA's double helix and it gives water its high boiling point. Okay. Yung solubility natin, guys, to give you a glimpse, yung solubility, that's the maximum ability of a substance to dissolve in another. Yes. Alam naman natin yan. Yung table sugar, di ba mas madali yan siya ma-dissolve in hot water more than cold water? Di ba? Yeah. Yung dissociation, that's when molecules or ionic compounds split apart into small, simple particles when dissolved in a solvent. Pag ganito siya, pag ang rock salt, guys, ilagay natin siya sa water, it undergoes dissociation into separate sodium and chloride ions. Electrolytes, guys. Those are essential minerals that carry an electric charge when dissolved in body fluids. That's vital for body survival, nerve signaling, muscle contractions, and your hydration balance. Non-electrolytes, guys. Those are substances that dissolve in water as intact molecules rather than ions. Dissolved sugar, guys, it's a non-electrolyte. Ano yun? Yun na yun. Okay? So yeah. For your chemical reactions, that occurs when atoms, ions, or molecules or compounds interact either to form or break chemical bonds. For example, like rusting of an iron nail when exposed to oxygen moisture, that's a slow chemical reaction. Your reactants, oo. Yung reactants natin guys, kung water ang product natin, ano yung ano natin? Hydrogen and oxygen. Okay? Yung final substances, yung carbon dioxide, water. Carbon dioxide, dalawang oxygen, isang carbon. Hydrogen, the hydrogen oxide, or what you call yung water, dalawang hydrogen, isang oxygen. And that will be very much it. Yeah. For your anabolism, that's the collective term for synthesis reactions in the body. It's synthesis reaction in the body. Yeah. So yeah, the body-building muscle tissue of the from the individual amino acids is the primary example of anabolism. Because ang anabolism guys, or shall we say yung synthesis reactions, when two or more reactants chemically combine to form a new or larger product from smaller to bigger. Ganon yun siya. Okay? For example, yung industrial reaction natin from your hydrogen and your nitrogen to create ammonia. That's a synthesis reaction. For your dehydration reactions, yun na yun siya. That's a specific chemical reaction in which water is a product. And also, when where two molecules become covalently bonded together with the loss, with the loss of a water molecule. Correct me. I stand corrected. For ganito siya. For example, your cells link individual glucose molecules together into long starch chains through dehydration reactions. And for your decomposition reactions, your decomposition reactions, that's the reverse of a synthesis reaction, where larger reactant is chemically broken down into at least two similar products or smaller products. Ganito siya. Sa synthesis, addition of your adenosine diphosphate and your inorganic phosphate, it will be ATP. Pag sa decomposition, ito yun. Pa dito. Okay? So your catabolism, that's collective term for decomposition reactions in the body. And your metabolism, those are your anabolic and your catabolic reactions. And yeah, your hydrolysis reaction that breaks down complex molecules into smaller units by adding a molecule of water. For example, your digestive system, guys, that system utilizes hydrolysis reactions to split dietary proteins back down into your absorbable amino acids. And yeah, yung reversible reactions, that's when the reaction can run in the opposite direction. Therefore, your products can be converted back to its original reactants. And for your equilibrium, that's when the rate of your product formation it's equal to the rate of your reverse reaction. Like your carbon dioxide, when added with oxygen, it will be carbonic acid. Pag ayun siya, mag-breakdown to, hydrogen, ions, and your bicarbonate. And it may go into the same direction para ano yun siya, tabla-tabla. Char lang. That's things may go. Kasi nga yung symbol na ito, pwede siya dito, pwede rin siya dito. Okay? Yeah. Ganito siya. So yung reversible reaction natin, for example, another example of that would be the binding of your oxygen to hemoglobin in your red blood cells. That's a reversible reaction that allows oxygen delivery throughout the body. Okay? Your oxidation reactions, that's a chemical process involving the loss of electrons by your atoms. Pag ang iron, guys, for example, that loses electrons to oxygen in wet weather, it undergoes an oxidation reaction to form your rust. And for your reduction reactions, that when a chemical process where substance gains electrons, which always occurs in tandem with an oxidation. For example, sa reduction, sa photosynthesis, guys, yung carbon dioxide that undergoes a reduction reaction as it gains electrons to eventually form glucose. Yeah. So yeah, for your energy, that's the capacity to do work. Potential energy and kinetic energy, Those are the two main subtypes of energy. Potential energy, that's the stored energy. Kinetic, that's actually doing work. Mechanical energy, that's the sum of an object's macroscopic, kinetic, and potential energy associated with its motion. For example, a swinging playground pendulum constantly converts potential into mechanical kinetic energy and back again. Okay? For your chemical energy, that's a form of potential energy stored tightly within the chemical bonds of atoms and molecules. Ganito siya. For example, your gasoline, guys, that contains a rich chemical energy that releases violently as heat and movement inside the car engine. For your heat energy, that's a form of energy from a hot object to a cold object. Oo. Your activation energy, guys, that's the minimum amount of energy reactant that must have to start the chemical reaction. For example, like striking a match against a rough surface, guys, provides the friction-based activation energy required to ignite the sulfur tip. Okay? And for your catalysts, guys, catalysts are substances that increase the rate of chemical reactions without being permanently changed or depleted themselves. For example, yung platinum na element, guys, that acts as a catalyst in automotive catalytic converters to speed up the destruction of toxic exhaust gases. And for your enzymes, guys, those are specialized biological proteins, guys, that act as your catalysts. Yung enzyme natin, yung salivary amylase natin, guys, in human saliva that rapidly breaks down food starches into simple sugars while you do the mastication or chew. Okay? Chew. So yeah. For the second part, I will be uploading this. The inorganic and organic chemistry. Kasi nga, I guess, it will be 1 hour. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tingnan nyo lang dito sa timestamps sa baba, sa may comment section. Dinidivide ko ito siya by parts para matiwasay ang pag-upload ko nito. Oo. So, yun. Okay. Basta, to give you a glimpse siguro, nakailang to give you a glimpse ako dito sa video na ito. Oo. Ayun siya. Basta chemistry, I loved it way back then, and still, I would be very much in honor to learn it again. So, yun. Here's the chemical basis, part 1, in my, Anafi Anthology, part 2. Part 2. So, yeah. This is Joseph again, guys, and I will be uploading the second part after I finish all of this. Okay? So, yeah. Peace out.